Hey you guys, so we're going to be doing our monthly closeout. Now, as you know, when you're doing YouTube or even just in general, you do things one way and decide you're going to do things differently. So as I was planning this video, I already decided how I'm going to change how I do this one. So for the month of October closeout, we're going to do it all together. But for the month of November, when we're getting ready to do paycheck number 2, we're going to fill out this portion of November so that you guys can see. Let's move this around just a little bit. Is that weird for you guys? Would that be better? Let's see if I can do it this way. Hello. So that you guys can see expected actual difference as far as being on track for paycheck. And now I can tell you for the month of October, it's better than it has been, but it's not the best. Okay, so let's fill this portion in because we know how much it was. Sorry, my writing's going to be at an angle. I'm still trying to figure out like better angles for you guys to watch the video. And this way you guys can get a feel for if my budgeting's on track, if it's I don't know. And it's also accountability for me. For the month of October, I did better than I have ever done. Like legit better than I have ever done. Okay. And I'm proud of myself because I have never done so well in my life as far as sticking to a budget. Granted, I did go over in a couple areas, but I did come under in a few areas. So I don't want you to think like, okay, just because I didn't stay 100% on track that things are going to fail. Because I keep a cushion. I keep a cushion in my checking account. Like today's the 31st. I had 2 unintended expenses today. 2. One came out of grocery, but I still had money in my grocery fund. And one was miscellaneous because I needed more fire starters for my wood stove because my house is heated by wood. So I had to buy them. And I ended up spending $65 on fire starters, but it should last me a long time. Now, would it be cheaper if I made my own? Sure. But with the recovery of my shoulder, making my own anything right now is not my top priority. Okay. So let's look at the first paycheck. Now I've got my tracker over here to reference over here, and I am going to be getting a new planner because, and I've settled on the Happy Planner because I can customize a Happy Planner because of the fact that this expense tracker, it just isn't doing it for me. It's just not doing it for me, and I need something that I can like have all of these pieces in one area, because right now you're seeing me do this on a separate sheet of paper. I want that in the planner that I'm using. Plus, as you guys have seen in my October and my November budget by paychecks, I'm confiscating pages in my planner in the tracker that I'm using that's supposed to be for other things in order to do that. So, and I want to keep it all in one place. So expenses for paycheck, I'm gonna make this a little bit easier for me. So Capital One credit card. Chase. ACU. Capital One car. I'm sorry, my handwriting is terrible. I can't rotate my right arm. I mean, my handwriting's not the best, but I literally cannot rotate my arm. So this angle is really hard on my shoulder. two cash envelopes at the moment. And like for me, in the second half of the month, I didn't end up using the cash envelopes for the grocery and gas, just because I was on such a time crunch at the time and I couldn't get to the bank. So I just used it out of my bank account, but I was as careful as I possibly could be. Plus 80 plus 100 plus 50. Okay. So in actuality, I did spend that. I made those payments. That payment. So my first paycheck, usually there isn't going to be a whole lot of difference on actual. So these are all going to be zeros for like my regular bills. My gas is where it's going to be a difference. And gas, I only spent $33.45. And the first portion of my gas, I actually used my card instead of my cash envelope because it was pouring down rain. So the difference stayed in the bank account and it ended up getting used for other bills, which is fine. Now I need to do a little math to separate my groceries here. So that was the beginning of the month. Hold on, I gotta double check when I got paid. Plus, so that came out of spending, grocery. Okay, so that came out to $80.43. Okay. Let's clear that out. Okay, 1957 plus 1655. So it was a difference of $35.79 that I didn't spend. The groceries came out of my cash envelope, so I do have money left over. I didn't money left over there. But like I said, the gas didn't. So we're gonna do this the easy way. We're gonna go from the bottom up. So we're gonna minus that. We're gonna minus that. Then we're gonna add, I know, I'm sorry you guys, I'm doing all this math. So, oops. My totals should be. Now let me double check that real quick because, well, can you imagine if it was different? Okay, so it's different by 36.12. So hold on, plus 35.79. So it's a difference of 33 cents. Generally in my ledger, I round up and then I put the change. I have a separate box that I put the change in order to just not have change clunking around in my purse. So that's not bad. It's only 33 cents difference between these two and what this total is. So not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. Okay. So then paycheck number 2. Because I split all my bills in half. Now the difference this time is I dropped the Chase to the minimum payment because I put the extra $24 towards Capital One. And I don't think I'll have space to, well, I should have space to put it on this since car insurance won't be there. Oh, you know what I didn't put on here? I didn't put garbage. Why did I miss garbage? Putting garbage on there. Put Comcast. I think because I wrote grocery, thinking I put garbage. So I need to add 35 to everything on here. We'll go back and fix that in a minute. We'll just put it down here. So this becomes, oh my gosh, math. This becomes, so my difference stays the same. Sorry, you guys. I don't know why I totally spaced on garbage. I was looking and I was like, oh, electric comes out of this one. That means garbage came out of the last one. So credit card, car payment, cell phone, mortgage. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything this time. I didn't realize before I started this, because I got this off of Pinterest, this does not have enough spaces for me because we'll do a split 50 40 and then extra credit card payment 24. I actually spent 25, difference of $1 because I wanted to make it an even $200 payment. So Capital One, I did do 75 there. Now, if you're wondering why I don't change the actual to include, because I want it notated that it's an, oops, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. I want it notated that it was an extra credit card payment. Paying the $150 is already extra, but this is extra from what I normally pay towards Chase so that my debt snowball is a little bit bigger. So it was like an extra $70 something payment towards my credit card. Let's see. Excuse me, $64, extra $64 payment. That's set in stone. That's set in stone. I know that was 39. Time to do a little bit of math here. My fund totals are completely off kiltered. So grocery, here we go. Grocery, boom. Oops. Darn it. Sorry, gotta start over. Hit the wrong button. Don't you hate that? Oh, and I also included that into my grocery budget, and I know that I did that. Okay. I'm gonna see if that adds up real quick, guys. Sorry. So new at this. That did not. Of course that's different. Of course my math is different. Sorry. This is why I didn't do my final closeouts. because I figured my math would be a little different. So hopefully I didn't add, I might have added that extra $8 somewhere else. But you know, it's still, it is what it is. Okay. Fix that there real quick. Just making sure all of my stuff is good. So let's look at what our totals are. 4. And let's see how on track or off track we are. So, I know this is more than what my second paycheck is, but I also get a little bit of funds. And again, this is one reason why I'm looking to getting a different tracker, because having it all spread out like this, it's really difficult for me. And I would like for it to be, whoops. I would like for it to be more in one place. You know, not being organized kills me, y'all. It really does kill me. Oh, no, that's not right. Let's clear that all out. Let's try that again. My calculator is going crazy. There we go. That's better. It's holding on to a lot of numbers. And a lot of times if you see stuff that's not rounded up, it's because I use my debit card for it. Okay. All of these are zeros. And you might be like, okay, so you underspent here, you should be good, right? No. It's because I overspent in other areas. There's one category, and I'll show you. I'll show you. Trust me, 1 second. That's not, I don't know why I don't have it up here. And part of that is because I don't remember if I included eating out under spending. I think I did. So, because I have a spending envelope, but I think I kept it separate. Now you're like, okay, well, you know, you see a lot of spending here, and you see a lot of spending here, but I also got refunds for things, and so that's why that number is a little different. So, than what it would be. So this is 75.83. That's a huge difference. But again, I do get money. I get a third source of income to take care of my kiddo. And so this is why my stuff is all messed up, you guys. It is. Because I also had food, which was eating out. I originally budgeted 0. I spent $58.60, so that's a total of $58.60. So again, I don't know if I included that in spending and then dealing with refunds. And so you see my budget is way off because I don't know what's missing from here. I'm gonna have to double check that. See? This is why it's trial and error. This is why it's trial. So I'm going to switch over. We're going to, oops. I'm going to do our numbers here. Now that we have all that, we're going to add up our totals because I know this should be more accurate than what I put on this sheet. That's another reason why I want to get a planner so I can, it's easy to see everything. That's clearly a fail. That's like a huge fail. What did I forget to include on that? Oh, no, my mortgage section didn't translate properly. There we go. I'm like, that's way short. Plus. And I think once I can have it all in one centralized location, it'll be better. So that looks like more. So it's off by $107.06. This is more accurate than what this is, because this is showing you that I should have a lot more left over than I do. I don't know what I did there. That's a fail. This is more accurate. Now, don't freak out. I do have I have a cushion in my savings. I've talked about that in my November, and I talked about that in my October budgeting. But also I have money that rolled over from the previous month. But I don't take that into consideration when I'm doing my budgeting. I don't. And see, I pre-did that before I finished my month out thinking I was done. I was wrong because I had expenses today. It's only, I was way wrong. So, and you're like, okay, well, you're negative $107.66. Even with the money that I spent today, not including my checking cushion, I am still positive in my account. Somehow I make it work. But this is obviously a budgeting fail because I overspent. But you know what, you guys? This is my first month budgeting by paycheck and actually budgeting. So I showed you guys all this. And yeah. And so I talked about how it's going to be negative 261. The money that I have sitting in my checking account will cover this. Even though that shows negative 107, I will be okay. And so I'm going to start 0. And like for me, I always zero it out. Like honestly, I always zero it out. But I'm okay, you guys. I'm not at risk. This was a fail. This is my first time using this sheet. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. So sometimes you're going to have ups and downs. Sometimes you're going to have good months and then sometimes you're gonna have bad months, okay? So this was not too terrible of a month, and I'm hoping next month will be a little bit better. I started budgeting in this, but I'm hoping, I looked at Hobby Lobby today and I didn't find what I wanted to find, but I'm hoping that I can find what I want to find in the next month or so and switch to a planner where everything is concise and brought together into one place, and it'll make it seem better. So thanks for budgeting with me. Paycheck to paycheck. I consider myself living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not. I do have an emergency fund. I do have a school fund. I'm okay. But I'm on a journey to pay off my credit card debt, and thank you for coming with me. Bye.